So I would have to say that I don't typically, excuse me, come across subjects like this, but on occasion they do pop up, and it's kind of like off the beaten path. Again, I've talked about it. I'm not a financial consultant, you know. I don't work for some of these big companies that tell you what's the best course of action to do with your money. Especially when it comes to retirement. It's kind of a big deal. And it's almost like you're playing with fire. If you at all were considering taking some of that money out. Now, again, I have my own 401k plan through my work that I'm vested into, and my company has a match, and you know, I have a pretty today, because of the way the stock market is and how good it's been, I have a relatively aggressive portfolio. When the market's not too good, I change it up a little bit. But I have a 401k. My wife has a 403b. She has a pension through the state. So we keep very close eye on the money that we have, and it's always a lot of fun to see this thing like balloon up. But it's outside of about a year ago, I had a listener actually contact me through cointalk.com, which I'm a member of, and you guys can do the same as well. Contact me and drew out this really long message to me, you know, about how, you know, she'll be retiring in about 6-7 years. You know, she's worked at a textile factory for a while, and then now she's doing some nonprofit stuff, and you know, she's asking me for advice on something that I probably am not qualified to even talk about. But the thing that I can talk about based off of what I would do and my personal experiences when it comes to either cashing out your 401k. Actually, this lady had a good chunk of money, and not quite 7 figures, but it's approaching that. Either cashing out or taking out a loan against your 401k to either buy silver, gold, platinum, palladium, rough cut diamonds, heck, coins, currency, and it's a bad idea. I'm just going to tell you that right now. The reason why I love and enjoy looking at my 401k and seeing all the movement, you know, especially seeing it go up, is that after a while, you're vested into your retirement options through your work, and you know, you'll feel it after your first year of contributions into the fund. Okay, you get something called compounding interest. Okay, and that's really what fuels 401k, your retirement. All right, the premise on the whole thing is you put in X amount of dollars, and if you start early enough, okay, you could put in like between 5 and 10% of your paycheck, regardless of how much you made. Okay, and then if your company had a match, they would put that in there. But the big idea is by the time you hit was it 59.5 is when you could start withdrawing from your 401k without being tax penalized. You would have quite a bit of money. Now, how much that is really up to interpretation. Most folks ideally want to be in the 7 figures by the time they decide to hang up, you know, whatever, and enjoy life. And the one thing you'll lose as a result of cashing out a portion of your 401k or equivalent, or taking out a loan against that, is that you stop the compounding interest. it's almost like it puts it on ice, and it really prolongs the amount of money that you make over time, even as you're paying back, say, that loan. It's really a bad idea. She's trying to buy into the fact that the price of precious metals is low, and I told her, I'm like, it's not that low. Best case scenario, let's say you take $25,000, you buy all silver. Let's say you just buy all silver at $15 an ounce. Okay, this is a hypothetical. I know it's nothing like that. It's close, but you know, it's like between $16, $17 right now. But let's go ahead and use a round figure of $15. Let's say in the course of the next 5 years, it doubles up. Let's say it jumps up to 30 bucks an ounce. Okay, well, that's good. You're taking your $25,000, you've doubled it to 50, but you also got to keep in mind the other intangibles. Okay, like when you take out your some 401k money, okay, I believe you do have to pay a lot of taxes on it. If I'm not mistaken, like 40%. I guess it really depends on what tax bracket you're in, but that in itself makes it not worth it. Even if there's a little bit of gains associated with the transaction, it's really all just gambling. The same way as in, you know, investing in stocks or penny stocks or what have you. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency right now is like a huge thing. Personally, I don't understand it. That's why I don't do it. And you know, just like a lot of other people, I missed out, but it's okay. If I didn't put any money in it, I didn't lose out on it. The 401k is a self-fueling machine. If you don't touch it, it'll be fine by the time you retire, because at the end of the day, you don't really want to rely on what the government's going to provide to you after it's all said and done. At 59 and a half, you could withdraw 401k. But to withdraw Social Security, it's what, 62 and a half? Okay, and it's like a smaller portion. If you wanted to wait till like 65, it's a lot more. It's hard to say if Social Security is going to be around. Plus, there's a lot of other forces at work. You know, well, how is the dollar going to perform over the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or whenever you decide to retire? Okay, inflation is the pig of this whole thing. Okay, what used to cost $1 back in 1980 is now $4.99 at the grocery store. So there's a, you know, it's really unsettling to think about. The 401k is by far and away, I would say, the safest route in keeping your retirement money in. Unless there was some world catastrophe, you know, zombie apocalypse scenario where the actual physical metal, the bullion, would be great for trading for items. I just, you know, I just don't see it. Cash is king today. And yeah, there's just way too many negatives as opposed to positives in this scenario that I would just keep my money safe and sound in my funds. But I wanted to share this. It's kind of weird to talk about, especially coming from my point of view, where I've never really had to think about it. I won't think about it for another, I don't know, 20 years. so I still have a while to go before I, you know, have retirement talk and, you know, what am I going to do? Do I have enough? You know, that's really what it comes down to. But by no means will I hemorrhage the money out of my 401k or 403b or pension. I don't think you even touch a pension anyways. To do something like this. What if the bottom falls out of precious metals? You know, what if you bought at $15 an ounce and it dropped down to $2, $3 an ounce because of overproduction or instability in the world, or the economy is just way too good that bullion is just useless right now? Those are things you have to think about also. But anyways, I'm glad I was able to kind of chime in on something like this. Silver seems irresistible, but keep in mind, as recently as 11 years ago, price of silver was under $10 an ounce. $10 an ounce. It's not there yet. It's still $16, $17 an ounce. It's not low. It's not low to what I'm used to. You know, I'm still used to prices throughout the 1990s and early 2000s of being under $10. It was cheap to buy silver. And even then, I didn't buy that much silver. I was doing more coin roll hunting than I was actually buying precious metals. But anyways, now I'm just ranting. You know, I'd love to hear what you guys think. I have a feeling that the consensus is as such that it's not a good idea to play around and fiddle around with 401k money until the time is appropriate. And I think you guys know what that is. But thanks again for joining. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's a lot of fun. We talk about coins, currency, personal experiences in the business such as this. Love to hear what you guys think. Again, comments, always appreciated. And as always, thank you again for all your support. Absolutely amazing group of people. Give yourself a round of applause. And thanks again. I'll catch you guys later. Have a wonderful evening. Take care.